exactly what you're going to do, because the laws of volunteer organizations are very similar to corporate law in that respect.
Oh, yeah.
So, you have to be able to protect yourself once again and say, okay, we did this, because if somebody wants to sue you, it's not really hard in this day and age to sue somebody. All it takes is some idiot with $50 and the ability to fill out a summons at the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the predominant cost is defending yourself.
Yep.
Even if you win, you're going to spend some money on defending yourself. So you got to reduce your risk as much as possible. Everything in life is about reducing risk.
Well, even without taking it to that extreme of getting sued, it's just a matter of, to be unclear is to be unkind. So, when we bring on a new member, we want to say, this is clearly stated. The rules 1 through 200. It's a lot of paperwork that we have. We cover, Jerry went through and did a lot of this, and we reviewed it, and we're like, we need to add this, we need to add that. We're trying to cover all of the situations that could possibly happen.
And with us, we're still thinking about stuff that we got to add in because we didn't really get it complete. So.
That's why, once a year, it's very important to go through this stuff and add these different things, these different scenarios that may have not ever happened to you, so you never really had a law or a rule behind it. But at the end of the day, if you don't have that, then you're kind of letting things slip under your nose. But this is not necessarily what the team member agreed to or whatnot. You know what I mean?
We have to. I highly recommend that if you're going to organize your own team as well. I said it's good to have somebody that you trust, that you can rely on to help you with that. But I also recommend that if you can, you make that somebody that, if you do not have experience in management of people, get somebody that has that experience.
Mm-hmm. Very important.
Because it's crucial. It absolutely is crucial for you to have that and be able to not only converse with your people and let them know what's expected of them, but for you to plan for all the contingencies that you're probably not going to hit every one of them, but you're going to have a better chance if you've got somebody with that kind of experience in their back pocket.
Very true.
So, military, just as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, Sean?
Right, Jerry.
Sean looks like he's about to fall asleep now. I think we should probably wrap this up, guys. We've been going for 107 minutes. Boom.
Wow.
Long time. You see how fast that flies by?
Well, let's just touch base real quick. Some of the things we're looking at doing sometime this year, and we're going to talk about some of the paranormal stuff, is I am trying to get us into Whispers up in Mitchell, Indiana, the Whispers Estate. This is a place where the walls supposedly talk to you. I believe GAC's done it. I believe TAFS has done it. A lot of other top-tier teams have done it. We haven't yet, and it's one of the places on my bucket list. We're also looking at Hellhole, which is local to us. That is the Battle of New Hope Church. It's about a 5-acre plot of what remains of the original battlefield, but it's the part where thousands of Union soldiers died.
Really?
Sherman's armies turned them around, or not turned them around, got turned around by the Southern defenders there. Temporarily, of course, because we all know what happened in the long run with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I never knew that. Where is that located?
That's in Dallas. That's one of the ones that I'm having to write to Washington to get us approval for, which I really don't think we're going to have too much trouble with coordinating that through Washington. A lot of the battlefields are run by the National Park Service, and that's difficult. But this is not run by the National Park Service. It's run by it's actually organized by the Civil War Trust, and they've handed it off to the Georgia Battlefields Commission to run that park. So, we don't have to go through the National Park Service on that one. That'll be a little easier for us to get into. Of course, we're going to probably go back to Gaither again.
Always, every year.
Yeah.
No question in my mind.
We're talking about possibly trying to put something together European-wise down the road. You know, you and I talked about that. I don't think I've let you in on that.
This is the first one new to me.
Yeah. Do you have a passport?
No.
Recommend that you get one. We're going to try to get ourselves into something that's probably kind of near and dear to your heart.
And what is that?
We're talking about Dachau.
Nice.
Or Auschwitz.
How much of
Birkenstock.
those camps are still standing?
Auschwitz Birkenstock is still standing.
Is it really?
Dachau is still partially standing.
Wow.
I don't know how easy that's going to be. And we have to really, really tread on some light ground with those, you know, because of the respect factor, you know.
Right.
But from what I've heard, there's been some paranormal investigators go in, but they went in kind of low-key, you know, with another group, and they were filming as they were going through and picked up a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting to actually go out to those old concentration camps.
I want to go to Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay.
That's where I want to go.
Why do you want to go to Guantanamo?
Just because of how fucked
I
up
used
that
to be
place
there.
is.
My
You
dad.
did?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh yeah, during the '80s, back when the C-130 had to fly in sideways like this because they didn't want to go into Cuban airspace where it was getting shot down.
Jesus.
Yeah, my dad was stationed there. Well, I was only there for a couple months, and then we flew back.
I'd like to investigate there, and the White House would be one that I would really love to investigate.
Yeah, the White House, that'll never ever happen.
Yeah.
It'll never happen, but it'd still be like an amazing experience.
And then the place I talked about in Somerville, which is Corpsewood Manor, I finally remembered the name as I went out to take 5 minutes off my life, puffing on a coffin nail.
There's a lot of places all over the country that, we'll go to. I'm going out to Eureka, Nevada next month to investigate Eureka.
You've got that advantage of traveling a lot further on your job than the rest of us.
Yeah, and you get paid to do it.
This one's completely on me. This has nothing to do with work. I don't have no stores out there.
Okay.
It's 100% me. I'm flying to Vegas, spend 3 days in Vegas, go to Zach's Museum while I'm there, of course, if I'm going all the way out.
Yeah, why don't you choke that bitch while you're out there, too? I can't stand it.
Then I'm going to go to Eureka for 3 or 4 days. Cheryl's going to be there. Cheryl Carter, Dave Miller, Richard Wade, his wife, Steve Pierce from Fire in the Sky, one of the original guys.
See, he's full of crap on that one, too.
There. I don't know, man. I never know. I
I
wasn't there, so I don't know. He's got a compelling story that has not changed over the course of 40 years.
I'd like for my first Paracon to be something more local.
Oh, yeah.
So I can get my feet wet.
Is there even one in Atlanta? Because if there's not, we should totally start one.
Yeah, it used to be called Dragon Con, but it left.
No, Dragon Con's here every year.
No, it's not.
It was
There's
here
no
last
more.
year?
Yeah, last year was the last year. The friggin' owner's going to prison for damn being a pedophile.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so we got another one of those.
Well, it's not really a Paracon so much, though. I mean, that's more of a gamers convention.
No,
well, I'm talking about depends how much
paranormal
skin you want to see at night, too.
But,
if you wanted to see skin at night, you should have went when they had Freak Fest here.
Freak Nick.
I've been
was
talking to Alex Bob. He does another show, Spectral Wolfpack, on Exposing Reality Radio. And I've been talking to him about, having one in Atlanta. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. So we're trying to get something within this area. It would be awesome to set it up.
Well, there's one in Tennessee, I think. Isn't there?
I'm sure the Wraith Chasers set some shit
if we go to Memphis, though, we're liable to run into Crackhead West. So
yeah, fuck you, Wes King. Fuck you, Chad Kalick. Fuck you, Craig Powell. That's all I gotta say.
And there's a couple other fuckery awards I'd like to give out, but I'm going to stay in the middle of it.
Oh my god.
Fuck yous are given out for free here.
Yeah.
We don't charge.
If you got a problem with it, again, all you have to do is get off your ass and call in to the radio show, and you can tell us exactly what you think. If you don't agree with us, you don't think our opinions are legit, or whatever. Yeah. The number is up on the Facebook page. Again, that's 423-520-6239.
Is that Sherilyn that commented on the photos there?
Yeah,
Looks like
Cheryl,
two guys facing each other and talking.
You know what? You want them to bring her on? You saw this photo, right, Jerry?
Yeah, I see it.
With what seems to be a figure. Well,
Uh-huh.
what she's saying is there's two.
Yeah, I only see the one, but
But what's interesting is I can kind of see one here, and maybe she's talking about another one being here.
Well, see, when I was looking at that original photo where your cursor's at, I thought I saw something there.
Yeah, you were talking right here.
Yeah, I was talking right there,
okay, yeah, I get that. I don't know though. The
There's the
pixelation at that
original.
point is enough to where
You were seeing this.
yeah, I was seeing that. That's what I'm talking
And the
about.
first thing my eye saw was this.
Yes.
What she's saying is there might... You want me to call her?
Yeah,
Let's call her.
yeah.
Let's see if she'll answer.
Tell her to answer.
I don't think she's listening right now, so she probably doesn't know we're live, so...
she might be working today.
She just got home, she said.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, she's on Facebook. She shouldn't be working.
Here we go, we're going to call her. Wow, that's really loud.
I think she runs a metaphysical store, so.
Are we going to be able to hear her? Only you. What?
Here we go, let's see. Come on, Cheryl, answer your phone. Why the hell are you not listening live, Cheryl?
You know, she should know we're calling.
No. But there is a delay from what people hear and what we're saying.
No, I mean she
No,
should know.
she's psychic.
Oh, yeah, psychic, yeah. I didn't think of that.
Cheryl, your ears are burning.
Did I do that?
Well, anyway, so those are a few of the places we want to look at. And we're going to talk about probably putting together a Halloween project this year as a fundraiser for ourselves. We always had one with the last group.
Hold on, I think she's on. Cheryl? Cheryl, are you there? Cheryl.
Well, anyway, the Halloween project was pretty much a
We lost her.
fiasco in the last group. So that means we have to find a site. We've got a potential one in mind, but you know, one of the things that we found out when we went back to Oakland Plantation.
Here we go, she's calling. Hold on.
Yay!
Sorry, Jerry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right.
Cheryl, you there? Hold on, it's still loading. Cheryl, can you hear me? Here, let's do this. I'm gonna call her on my phone.
Well, one of the things we ran into when we went to Oakland Plantation is we were getting a lot of EMF hits and spikes throughout the property. And I'm going to give Sean credit here. I hate to do it, but he called it pretty much correctly. The warm springs in the area that causes the springs that are there caused by geomagnetic phenomena, geothermal phenomena.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
And it's pretty much permeated the entire property, which means it's either fomenting quite a bit of the paranormal activity, or it could be affecting people's psyches enough to where they're actually seeing and hearing things to where it may not be happening.
In either way, you cannot use any digital equipment out there.
Yeah, anything that measures anything outside of geothermal measurements is absolutely useless.
Let's see if this will work. Hey, Cheryl, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there you are. Hey, I have you on the air right now with us. I'm just going to warn you.
Oh,
So welcome. Hey, we were just talking about this this photo that we posted on the Facebook and we shared with you.
Hey, Sherilyn.
hey.
And that's Jerry and Sean's with me.
Hey,
But we were very, very interested because this photo, when I posted it, Sean is the one that took it, but we were looking at it and we only saw one figure in there, which we found very interesting that you said you believe that it's two people.
Well, I turned it black and white. Sometimes if you turn it black and white, things really pop out. And there's two guys facing each other talking, it looks like.
Yeah, it's quite crazy to see that. You know, now that you say it, when I look
I
at
see it right now.
Yeah, because we got a black and white copy of it here,
Yeah.
too.
I turn things black and white a lot, and I go, whoa.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's why I send, you guys don't know this, I send Cheryl stuff all the time. I'm like, what do you think of this? You know what I mean? Because I really love her opinion and I trust what she says. So, but this is that's quite a crazy photo. That's Hell's Bar Dam. That's where we took that one.
Haven't been there yet, haven't been there. It's coming.
Aren't you going with Richard and I?
Yeah.
So I know September,
September, right?
Yeah, we have that
September,
group going.
Yeah.
But where this
Yeah.
photo is taken, I know you've seen the Ghost Adventures episode where they caught
Right.
the thermal footage.
Right.
Where we are standing, where where Sean is standing when he takes the photo is right where that was captured.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a really cool place to go.